Well, I don't think I owe you, no, not at all. What do I owe you today? No way. But I woke up this morning with supper on my plate, and I think it's gonna be a good day. And I think it's gonna be a good day. Okay, friends out there in YouTube land, it's Michael Wilson Barber's little YouTube channel. So this morning I'm making hash and breakfast hash like I like to do when I get a chance. I got some diced onions here, generous amount of olive oil, a little bit of avocado oil. You've got to have a plastic flat spatula on your Teflon. Don't ever use metal on your Teflon. You could use a wood spatula if you want to, or the other rubber kind, but whatever. So I got it sauteed on low. Gonna sweat these onions down a little bit. First step. So I'm using leftover meatloaf and leftover rice and a couple other things. We'll show you. So I put a generous amount of oil because I'm putting leftover rice in this, so it will need quite a bit of oil eventually. Well, it's good for sauteing the onions at the beginning. Okay, so those have sweated down quite a bit. I've got some Salsa Fresca left over here. I'm using this spoon with holes in it so I don't put too much liquid in here. Salsa Fresca is going in. It's going to saute with the onions. So this is onions, cilantro, tomato, garlic. Okay, so we got the liquid that pretty much stayed in here. We got our salsa fresca in here. So time to saute this down. I'm going to go ahead and add a little salt and pepper to this as it sautés down. I like to add salt and pepper while I'm cooking, not just wait till the end, because usually by the time you get to the end product, you're in pretty good shape. Okay, next step. Okay, next step, I added some very loosely cut up meatloaf. Just kind of loosely cut it with a butter knife. Kind of mix that all around with the onions, salsa fresca in this case. You can put in here whatever you want. You got mushrooms, you got bell peppers, whatever you got in your refrigerator. If you got a really big piece of meat loaf in this case, cut that up with a spatula. So I'm going to go ahead and add some Tony Sacteres to this. We're not sponsored by Tony Sacteres. Just like to add a little more flavor to this. It's mostly salt is what it is, but it's really good. The original Creole seasoning. Next step. Okay, so this has been sauteing on low for a couple minutes. I don't time my cooking. Flipped it over a couple times with the spatula. Moved it around. So I know this seems like a lot of oil and grease in here, but I'm going to add some leftover rice. I'm using the same spoon that I used for the salsa fresca. No need to dirty something new. I'm going to add a generous amount of rice here for this hash. I don't know how much, it's just you want a good rice ratio for the overall meal. That looks like about enough, maybe a small amount more. There you go. So So this is going to saute down. I'm going to stir it a little bit, probably a minute or two. Mix it all in. Okay, so this is sauteed down a bit. Flipped it a couple times already, stirred it all around with my trusty spatula. I'm going to go ahead and add some 28% less sodium tamari soy sauce. We're not sponsored by them. You can add whatever you want to this, but I always like a little bit of soy sauce sometimes. Not always, just sometimes. It adds a really nice flavor to the meal. So I'm gonna kind of flip this, keep stirring it around. Remember, this is hash, so it means it's all hashed up. You want to kind of come in here, flip, mix it all together in there good. Right? Keep that going. Gonna do probably one more flip. It's heating up real good. Again, this is on low on a gas stove. Okay friends, so this is what it looks like on a plate. I probably don't need to eat all this in one sitting. I did not make eggs with this because, well, there's a lot here and I don't know that I could even eat 2 eggs. This is really like 2 servings. We are not sponsored by Kodiak Salmon Packers, but there was a time in life where I was. You gotta have a paper towel because there's a little bit greasy. I could eat that all day. I don't know why more restaurants don't make hash. You can use leftover rice, you can use leftover potatoes, you could hash up fresh potatoes if you want. You can use frozen hashed potatoes. It's a poor man's breakfast, but it's good use of leftovers. You got the whole meal right there on the plate. And if you have a glass of juice, V8 juice, tomato juice, orange juice, then you get some extra vitamins with that too. Alright friends, hope you enjoyed this video. Drink a sip of coffee. Making hash with leftovers at home. Hope you like this video, as Bob Ross says. God bless. Goodbye.